Hello everyone, Link here, and I'm back with another episode of Shogun 2 Total War. Before I start this episode, I'm going to give you guys a bit of a heads up on what happened in the last episode. I'm not 100% sure if this happened because I did test this afterwards and it didn't seem to work the way that I thought it did, but I'll explain it just so you guys know what happened. Um, about, I want to say a few, like 30 minutes, it might have been like an hour or two before the video started. I unplugged the headset that I wear with the mic on it, both the cords going to my computer, so that I could untangle them because they were pretty badly tangled, and then I plugged them back in. And as a result of doing that, I didn't realize it, but my recording software basically just blanked the mic. So like when I took it out, there was like no mic read, but when I put it back in, there wasn't a mic read. I had to reset it all. So I was confused like the second I did it afterwards, what happened. I checked my recording software, and I'm just like, why did that happen? Why did my mic not reset? And like 10 minutes after or something, I was like, oh, I unplugged it to untangle it. That must have been what happened. And I'm still kind of confused because I tested it later on, a few hours later, where I unplugged my mic, plugged it back in, or unplugged the headset with the mic on it, plugged it back in, and the recording software didn't mess up at all. So I'm not 100% sure what happened, but I assume that's what happened. And that was actually kind of annoying because in the episode before then, I actually forgot to save the game after I recorded. And as a result, I didn't have to record the whole thing over again, but I had to basically just do the whole thing over again and post the original. And that was, kind of a bummer. But this time I actually would have kind of hoped that that would have happened because the first recording test was a kind of a bust. So it would have been like a reset. And as a result, when I was kind of saying that to myself later on, I instantly thought, I need to have a backup file, so to prevent this from happening again. So what I've done is now have two files, backup save file, so that if anything like that ever happens again, if the recording is, something's wrong with the recording, I can just go back and record it again. So that won't happen again. Also, one more thing I do want to point out is that before this started, I did move these two units down here because public order's been restored over here. And actually, now I think about it, I don't need to recruit these guys as a result of that. I'd rather be recruiting them over here because of the armor. Especially Yari Shigaru, they don't have... basically, the Yari Shigaru's only weakness... Like, the Yari Shigaru are arguably the best unit in the game because of how good they are for their price. And the only downside they have is their 2 armor, so that against archers, if they just keep firing at Yari Shigaru, that's, what the computer always does, and you don't want that to happen when they're shooting Nagana Samurai, but with Yari Samurai, that is what you want to do. You want to get rid of their melee, especially when they have low armor. So, again, 2 turns away from way of the bow. Something I didn't notice until I checked diplomacy before as well is the Ito are at war with the Kikagawa, which is this faction to the east that has 7 provinces. And they're also allies to Masuda, which is apparently someone that hasn't done anything. I am kind of surprised I don't know the owner of this province, even though my Bokabai is like right next to it. Like, I'm gonna have to move like this far in order for that to actually happen, in order for me to discover who's in that province. In fact, it might just come up instantly on my next turn. So let's just pass the turn and see how things go. So far, it's been going very smoothly, and didn't really realize at first why they're not moving their big stack down, and it's because the Ito have a kind of an equally as big problem on their northern side. But yeah, encampment, archery dojo. Let's make sure that this is the province that's giving me the most wealth. Yep, that place is giving me nothing apparently. Oh yeah, barren soil. Okay, these guys will come over here. Now I can tax these people. Okay, about the same amount. I think, let me test something. 11. Okay, it does increase the happiness of the province by 1, which is definitely important. So I assume it would be the Hanma. Yeah, the Sado are still unknown. Nope, it's the Date. Apparently the Date haven't done anything this game. Usually they die early on, or they like conquer all the north, so this is very rare. I'll go around and figure out who's in here. It's definitely not the Usegi. Oh, I just realized the Oda have actually taken a lot of stuff to the west. Are they still at war with the east? They're at war with the Hojo, but not the Takeda. In fact, they're friendly with the Takeda. And the Takeda are allies with the Hojo, so it's actually really surprising. Oh, it's the Iko-Iti that are in these provinces. Yeah, that makes sense. These are their two starting, and they must have taken that province. Their armies are quite split up right now. I can exempt them from taxes because we're not under any threat, pretty much. Yeah, while I'm at it, let me use one of these Pokebias to scout a little bit. Okay, that's a small stack there. I'll just do that every now and again. Yeah, so just have a bunch of small stacks here and there. There's medium stack. 9 guys. Oh, they're going to Shoni. I just realized that. Now, I don't know necessarily how powerful they are. I've already moved my guys up here, so I think I'll go for Higo one way or another. Even though it might not necessarily be the smartest thing to do. It might be better just to move back here, but the distance would be equal, so it's possible. I think because I moved my guys here already, that they'll be able to get there a bit quicker than I can. So I'm basically going to threaten the encirclement. That if they take my province here, then I'll be able to encircle them. And I just realized the Shoni actually survive longer than the Ochi, because they focus on the north first. Now I don't think I can reach Sogo, whatever that province's name is, in one turn. Higo, okay. Sogo is the clan that starts in this province, so I knew that wasn't it. Date and Takeda, yep. It's just a matter of time. It's honestly one of the smartest things you can do as the Takeda in this game, but Takeda, I've said, is... Or actually, I haven't said this before, but Takeda, in my opinion, isn't... They're hard, but most people would consider them medium. The reason they're hard is because their position realm divide is bad. Because you have to deal with the south, east, and west. So doing what the Takeda is doing is very smart because they're basically eliminating the north, so that once Realm Divide hits, they'll take out the Iko-Iki, have like a choke province here, and a South Shana will be their second choke province. And if they can hold these two provinces, then they can just focus most of their attention on the Hojo. Yeah, and this right here is exactly the reason why I have this mod, is that I could have just stepped a little bit farther forward there and not really have cared about the winter attrition, because winter attrition doesn't really do anything, and it's only for one turn. But if I stepped out there, I would take 2 turns of winter attrition, which is actually noticeable. Let's move this ship a little bit more forward. Oh man, I'm gonna split these guys up. Oh, never mind, I forgot that Ito haven't taken the Shoni out yet. Yeah, my army can easily take these guys out here. In fact, now that I think about it, this might succeed. I've got plenty of money to do this. Especially because I did what I a lot of the time don't do, which is go for School of Shinobi. It's something I always forget to do, and it's very useful because it makes ninja actions much cheaper, which is actually very useful. Not going to be assassinating that much, so I'll go for that. Yeah, that's something that can easily happen when you're clicking down here. If you click down here accidentally, just a single click and it'll send you that way, which is very annoying. If they turn back, this will be perfect. The Odas keep expanding. This is really good for them, despite being at war with the Hojo. Actually, now I think about it, they've only got one province connecting them to the Hojo. There goes that Mitsuke. And if they've taken that province from the Shoni, so the Shoni are out, it's just me versus the Ito. However, the Ito have another enemy on the north. But looking at their progress up there, I think they've got another stack. But yeah, this is also really good. When they've got units other than the garrison, that's really good because that means that the units they were recruiting you kill. For free as well. 100 guys, like all of that was pretty much lost to winter attrition. Ooh. I think I know what I'm going to do with this province now. Oh, I had a feeling I was forgetting something. Thankfully it didn't matter. Yeah, let's go for Way of the Sea to increase my naval strength. Or my naval movement, I should say. Also, it's 4 turns. Getting this is useful, but not that useful. And Firebomb Kabayas are actually pretty solid. It's just that their upkeep is kind of high. But forget about that, but that doesn't really matter. In fact, if I was earning like 1,000 a turn, I probably would just dismantle that guy. Well, I might get information. I might try to get information on who has that trade node first. Ooh, the Ito are now Christian. That's interesting. Okay, now I'm going to do what I was planning to do before. Blockade here so I can get some information. And they are heading down here. Okay, I can't wait any longer. I've got to make some guys here. they're going Christian, I'm gonna need to get a Buddhist temple. Let's just exempt them. Yeah, I'm threatening this little ring around the rosy play very easily. No, I think they barely can't get here in time. So I have the ability to create a single unit and just run it away. I think for now it would be best not to make any units here. I don't need them, I don't think. I really need them down here to defend. Because that army is not super big. My army beats theirs head on, hands down. Especially from what I've seen from it. Especially because I'm the Chosokabe and the advantages of bows. Oh, he's moving up. He's scared to go. He's scared to do it. That's perfect. That means as long as I can force him to take this fight, I'm going to be able to win it. And winning that fight basically wins the war. Took up all of my money, but it's definitely worth it. The reason I want to suck it in on this island is so that I can recruit ninjas without having to worry pretty much at all. I mean, this is a really dumb choice on their part. Because I'm just going to be easily able to take this province. And they can't try to ring around the rosy and take Higo. Like, that's not gonna work. Yep, and just immediately destroy that so there's no Christianity. In fact, it's not even that bad right now. At all, so that's really nice. So I don't actually have to make any divisions here. Yeah, I guess I do want to be making bows here simply to make use of this. How long does it last for? It lasts for quite a while. Does it count for... It counts for just bow infantry. It's still worth getting bow cavalry here, though. I can exempt them. That's going to give me 300 income. Repair those. Check my loyalty on my generals. I'm perfectly fine. Thankfully it is spring, so I'm in a good position there. It is possible he might just attack me and try to siege me out, because it's spring, so winter's not going to happen anytime soon. He's going to blockade there. Or, he's not going to blockade, he's just going to sabotage. Okay, he's gonna do double sabotage and just stand there. So what I'm gonna do is kind of obvious here. I don't. I just want him to take a fight, and in fact, I'm so favored that I don't even have to. I can attack and still be in a good position. See, this is a debate because Hunting Lodge gives a +5 accuracy for all units recruited in this province. If I go stables here, I can get. I'm pretty certain I can get bow cavalry for all units. Let me check something real quick. Yeah, this is all bow infantry units specifically, and that's why I'm not getting it for the bow cavalry. But this says actually for all units, which means all units including like Yari Samurai, including like Yari Samurai, Nagana Samurai, but those don't have bows, so it's not going to affect them. If I were to get a stables here and recruit bow cavalry, I would have 5 extra accuracy. But I'd rather have Yari Drill Yard so I can get the so I can really make use of this armor. However, at the same time, I don't want to be recruiting, and I don't really need Nagana Samurai until I get. When I do it, I really want to use an armor from here rather than a hunting lodge. So what I think I'm going to do is build the stables here now. Once I take this province up here, Buzin, that is the artisan's building, I'm going to basically swap my recruiting provinces of a Daikyu Samurai from here to here, so that I can make this an armor and get Nagana Samurai with plus, I think +5 armor if I can get some iron, which I've got a bunch of trade nodes, so I can trade with anyone pretty much. And wow, the Date actually took a province from the Takeda. That's surprising. I just realized that was a harbor. So I can just exempt them. Now I can either stand here and kind of tempt them, or I could legit attack them. I'm just going to stand there. Okay, hold on. Why can't this guy repair? Is anyone else seeing this? This guy's here. He's at this port. Why can't he repair? We got 1,000 gold. He obviously can repair that. Huh. Yeah, these two provinces both have nothing, so if I take this army, this whole area is mine for the taking. Yes, because look, they're taking out area from them. But that's good for me. Now I am halfway. And I've got 10 provinces, so I think it's 18, I believe, is when Realm Divide triggers. I'm not sure the exact number of provinces because I usually don't play with Realm Divide. I usually have a mod that turns it off. Because Realm Divide is something that is, it kind of, like, let's put it this way. The Chosokabe aren't as good as, like, say the Takeda or the Oda, for example, but Realm Divide makes them far superior than them, because the Oda might be a very strong faction, but come Realm Divide, they're not as good because they have a lot of angles to watch. I still can't repair this stupid thing. Okay, they've ran to Buzin. They've ran to Buzin. They're scared. Okay, by exempting them, they're now happy. So what I need to do now is recruit a Buddhist monk and get him up there. No, I think. Oh no, my ninja got assassinated. That's why I don't have a ninja. I was like, I thought I had a ninja up here, but I haven't seen him. That's why. Okay, while I'm at, let me just knock him out real quick with 0 damage to my ships. Wow, that's kind of rare with sea battles. Okay, the Takeda do have it. The Ikoiki are almost dead. I think I'm gonna finish it off, this episode off here, because this might initiate a battle here, or he might just run back to settlement. But I'm not necessarily sure. And this episode is getting kind of long now, so I think I've done everything I want to here. Okay, I'm 1 turn away from being able to recruit Daikyu Samurai. Oh, and I've still got 7 turns of being able to recruit the Daikyu Samurai. That's really good. So I'll save it here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save it here, and then I'll save it here as well once I upload a video to make sure everything worked fine. So that'll be it for this episode. I'll see you guys in the next episode of Shogun 2 Total War.